What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a great and blessed day. My day is going pretty good. Get out, enjoy your life, because tomorrow is not promised to anyone. People are losing a lot of things out there today in 2025. People are losing their homes, their cars, and even their minds because the economy sucks. People are really trying to survive. So if you got a job, be thankful that you got a job. Be humble because you can wind up just like those people that are losing their jobs, their cars, their homes, and even their minds. Be humble. And also, I have heard somebody tell me this right here before. Everybody that tells somebody to be humble, those people are broke. Yes, I have heard somebody tell me that before. If you tell somebody to stay humble, you have to be broke. Only broke people tell people to stay humble. That is stupid. If you ever hear somebody tell you that, get from around those people. Move on. Separate yourself from that person or those people because that person is a straight up idiot. You have to stay humble, whether you may be rich or poor, because you can wind up in a bad place in your life if you're not humble. And also, you may have people looking down on somebody, not humble at all, laughing at somebody because they are losing their homes or their cars or even their mind. Only if that person knew that they can wind up just like that person. Which brings me to this story right here. Back when I was 23 years old, today I'm 35 years old. When I was 23 years old, I got my CDLs. I got my Class B CDLs, which means that I can drive a bus or a straight truck. I was happy that I have finally got my CDLs. And I got myself a job driving a bus for the city. I'm meeting different people. I'm glad because I got a job that requires me to have a CDL because everybody cannot, matter of fact, because it was a lot of people back then that couldn't pass that test for some reason. But I was one of the people inside of that class that got my CDL. Matter of fact, I wasn't in class at all. I studied on my own and got my CDL, my Class B CDL, that is. I went to school to get my Class A CDL, so I got that kind of confused with each other. But anyway, you all, I got my Class B CDL at this time, and I'm driving for the city, the transit center, public transportation. Like I said, meeting different people, smiling, feeling good. I was making about $9.75 an hour, almost $10. Back then, I thought that was a lot of money, which it wasn't. I was still struggling making $9.75 an hour. Today, if you're making $9.75 an hour, power go out to you. I hope you're out there on Section 8 on food stamps because that's not going to cut it at all. But anyway, you all, the supervisor at that transit center walked around with his nose in the air, walking around, looking down on people, firing people for no particular reason. I mean, this guy will get mad and fire people because people may be getting on their bus too much and riding around. And these people pay to get on the bus, or they may even have a pass to ride around all day on this bus. Because some people will get on the bus and talk to the driver, because they may love having a conversation with the driver. I was one of those drivers at that company because people, matter of fact, I was one of those drivers at that company that people like to talk to. So one day I'm driving around and it was an old couple on the bus talking to me. They would get on the bus every single day, ride around, talk to me about things in life, keeping me company. It made my time go by fast. I did not have a problem with it at all. But somebody at the company had a problem with it, the supervisor. To make a long story short, there were more people that got on my bus just to ride around and talk to me. Men, women, they would get on the bus just to talk to me because I can have a great conversation with these people. I don't know what it is, but people like to talk to me. But people get on the bus and ride around and talk to me, and the supervisor noticed it because he seen it on the camera. He called me in the office one day and he said, "Hey man, I see people on the bus riding around talking to you. I don't like that. It's got to stop." And I'm like, man, these people are paying money to get on this bus. I cannot stop nobody from riding around if they got the correct fare or a pass. He said, but still, I do not like people getting on the bus, riding around talking to you. And this guy was mad because there were certain women getting on the bus talking to me. So he had a bone to pick with me about that. I'm like, man, you supposed to be a supervisor and also a preacher or whatever. This guy walking around talking about he loved God, loved Jesus and stuff like that. But he did not act like he loved God at all. But anyway, he called me in the office, notified me and told me that. I said, okay, man, hey, I try my best to do the best I can to communicate with these people. Whatever I had to do, I was trying to keep my job. People were steady getting on the bus talking to me. Now, I'm not going to be rude to these people and say, hey, get off my bus, or slap them in the face, or push the old man down, or push the old woman down, or the man down, or the woman down. I'm not going to do anything like that at all because these people like getting on the bus and talking to me. Supervisor called me in the office again. Come to the office. I got to talk to you. I'm like, man, come on. Not again. When I made it to the office, he had two more people in the office with him, two more other supervisors with him, a man and a woman. Everybody is black. I'm black. All three of the supervisors are black. I'm sitting inside of the office looking around like, what's going on? What's up? What's up? He said, you said I was sleeping with such and such, man, blah, blah, blah. I said, whoa, hold on, bro. What you mean? I said, you sleeping around with somebody. I said, man, what you talking about? He was like, man, you talking, somebody said that you said that I'm sleeping around with blah, 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 blah. I said, man, hey, man, I don't know who you sleeping around with. What are you talking about? And he said, I'm tired of people getting on your bus, riding around, talking to you. What's going on with that? I talked to you, man. I mean, dude was upset. And the other two supervisors were just sitting around looking at him like, man, what's the problem, man? You call us in here for this foolishness? And I'm like, at this moment, I'm like, man, you know what, man? I'm ready to quit this job. I'm ready to go because ain't no man finna be talking to me like that. At this moment, I was heated. I was ready to get up, walk over there, and body slam that old man and bust his head to the white meat. That's how upset I was. So, me thinking in the back of my mind, I got responsibilities. I got children. I got a family to take care of. I do not need to blow my cool. Stay humble. Be quiet. Went back out there, got back on the bus again. To make a long story short, again, I know I said that probably 2 times already, but oh well. I wound up getting fired from that job for nothing. And when I think about it today, I should have sued the company for firing me for no particular reason. The guy claimed he fired me because It was a woman getting on the bus talking to me, and he was mad because he wanted to get with this woman, but this woman was not giving this guy the time of the day. And she got on the bus and she was talking to me and everything else. He got mad about that, so he had to come up with some type of excuse to get rid of me. But I was young and dumb back then, didn't even have much knowledge at all about suing companies. But anyway, I moved on. Got my Class A CDL, started driving 18-wheelers. I was not even studying that company at all. I move on. Everything is cool. I learned my lesson. It is what it is. You can't trust your own people. About 6 years ago, I believe, probably around 5 or 6 years ago, this same supervisor wound up popping up in the paper, in the news. I'm strolling on Facebook. I'm looking around like, hold on. What is he in the paper for? What he done did? So I started reading the article, and it said such and such has, been arrested for stealing $20,000 from the company. I'm sitting back, like rubbing my head, like, hold on. Not the preacher, man. Not the man claiming he loved God and stuff like that. Not the fake. So I started reading a little bit more. It began to explain on what he did. And I'm like, man, this dude right here thought he was finna get away with stealing $20,000 from this company. He up in the mug shot looking stupid. I'm sitting back just laughing. I'm like, man, that's what he get. This man was at this company for a long time. They found out that he was, stealing money from the bus fare and stuff like that and taking the money to the house. He would dump the money out and take some money out of it and take it to the house, doing crooked stuff at the job. These people were paying this guy to do a job, but he was not doing his job at all. He was stealing. Bringing me out to this right here, you all. Just because you may be walking around with your nose in the air today, don't mean that your nose can't be slapped tomorrow. This same guy thought that he was not going to get fired a day in his life. Thought that the job loved him so much, they wound up getting rid of him. God don't like ugly. He was ugly physically, and also he was ugly in the spirit, and everything caught up with him. So the reason why I'm talking about this is that this whole topic is watch how you look at people. Watch how you treat people. Because one day, tables can turn on you. You can wind up losing your job, wind up losing your mind, and you can wind up homeless like the next homeless person. All it takes is one slip and it's over with. This guy was a piece of trash, and he wound up losing his job. And this guy was an evil-hearted piece of junk, firing people for no particular reason. Everything wound up backfiring on him one day, and he wound up losing his job. Now he's in the same boat as the bum, with a record looking stupid. So watch how you treat people. Watch how you look at people. Because sometimes the ditch that you are digging for somebody else may be for you. Matter of fact, it could be for you. Matter of fact, let me stop right there. It is for you. If you're not subscribed to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Y'all have a good one and also have a blessed one. Until I see you all on another video, holla at you.